Hey everybody, welcome back to Champ and Sons and our Planet Coaster Let's Play series. Now, for those of y'all who have been following along, who saw the last video come out after our live stream, this was something that I had started working on off camera, just to kind of try to occupy some time up and do a little detailing work that I normally don't show on a live stream or during in the videos. But it turned into something far more, I guess, grandiose, I would say. And I really like how this has actually turned out. It's turned out pretty dang well, about as good as I could hope. And essentially what we're looking at here is this little downfield section, right? So we're not going to have a whole lot of elevation changes in terms of major hills in the park. But what I figured is this would be something as though we had a man-made lake. Think of it like that. A man-made lake that we had built, and then we decided to add in a couple rides, and we drained what was there. So we drained what's there, and we got to put these rides in a swing as well as that little wheel ride. What you see me doing right here at this moment is trying to work with the pathing set up to, and the land to make it more even. As I look at it in the video, that's not all that bad, but I do kind of like what we did to make this kind of work. I like how things turned out with it. It is a work in progress, and anybody who's screwed around with the terrain tools in Planet Coaster knows that's just a pain in the ass to do. So here we are trying to reverse everything that we just did. Pretty much as best as I could. We do get path work up there, because what I figured is that section up there is going to be that would essentially be like a, I guess, I don't know what they call it. Boardwalk type, no, not boardwalk. I don't know what they call it, but where you have a lot of the games and stuff. It's kind of in the middle of the park. We're going to probably put a lot of games up in that area, and so that way it'll allow for, it's kind of a break from some of the rides that you can go to as a patron of the park. Here, I'm still trying to screw with the pathing work. Normally, I do a little bit better at it than I did that time, but just wasn't meant to be. So what I figured is I have two sets of stairs, and then I would put in a ramp section. So you essentially take into account for if you have people that have disabilities that need to get up and down with the assistance of a wheelchair. That's what we did. So we put that up in the ramp section as well. Now, you might be thinking, how are we going to cover all this stuff and kind of fill it in? But what a lot of that we're going to have here is going to be plant work, not pottery, but just plant work, nature, foliage, that kind of thing. And I'm putting in multiple levels of it. I like how, you can have different raised levels for it. We're going to put in trees, plants, all that kind of fun stuff. One, to help brighten up the area, but also fill in a lot of the dead space kind of going around. So that is what we are doing right now. What I am going to do is hop off here for just a second while this continues on, and I will catch up with y'all here in just a wee bit, ladies and gentlemen. So I will be right back. Definitely stay tuned to see how this little, I think I'm going to call it the quarry. That sounds pretty good to me. So let's see how this section unfolds, and I will join with y'all here in just a wee bit. And I am back. Sorry that took a little longer than normal, but it's all good. So here it is that we are doing, getting this whole section kind of refitted. You know, we had the wall going around. I do like how that really turned out, especially with the planters. So it's kind of like a retaining wall built up. And then we have these planters on the outside. I did keep this one here in the middle. Put in a few of those beech trees, add some shading, and just kind of a break to the overall woodwork, the wood flooring that is in there. Now it is lifted up just slightly, right? So it's one of those things that it's not going to completely work out, but it covers their feet. But also, really, I did it for the looks. But I think it looks pretty well, right? I really do. So what we're doing right now is just some final little, updates, measurements, kind of finishing off some stuff. And I know here later on we're going to have to do some additional work to that. This was pre-live stream that we had recorded. It is Saturday as of this voiceover. So the live stream was done. We got a lot of other little fine detail work done in this area. But I think this really did turn out incredibly well. And so that's kind of, I'm proud of how this thing came out. So what we're doing right now is I just need to add some lights to it. Really need to have some lighting put in. And the easiest way to do that is just put these lighted covered sections. We're not going to have this whole section just completely lit up. Right, those rides have lights on them themselves. That's part of the appeal to it, and it kind of makes it to where, those you don't want to destroy the ambiance that those lights give from those rides. So I decided to try a couple different things out. One, this light set right here says it's a 4-meter one, which is why I'm looking at it like, no way, that's 4 meters, because those things are 8 meters apart, and only one and about 2/3 fits in that section. These lights are definitely 4-meter lights. So you can for sure tell the difference. And so it comes out to be pretty good for a lighting thing. Kind of helps break up some of the sections. It is also a little bit of a space filler that we get put in. But it comes out pretty dang well. It really fits the area. And so I really like how all this has really done. It feels good for it. Now here I kind of had to make some changes. I didn't want it sticking out over the queue line. And I didn't put a cover over these queues. One, these smaller rides, normally you're not going to see anything over for it. They're not the longest queue lines in the world. So I really didn't see the need to put a cover over them. And it's not concrete, it's wood flooring, so it's not going to get all that much heat rendering off of it, right? So we do get those lights set up, and I really didn't want to cover the queue, so I had to make adjustments to that one. Now here we are putting lights going along the little retaining wall section, and that turns out pretty well. These little, these bright motion lights that you kind of sink into the ground, they actually do a pretty damn good job of appearing as though it's lights that are kind of built into the retaining wall, I think. They do a good job of keeping all of that stuff pretty well lit. I like how that turned out. It looks pretty damn good, if you ask me. Just my opinion. Now, I am putting it up under these rides just so they are a little bit more highlighted. But once again, you still see the main lights from the ride. And now here we are coming in with our locker section. This took a little finagling, fixing up, measuring, putting in the boards and all that. Now the lockers, you will see, I did get those from the workshop. I don't remember who built them. That is my fault. I'll probably go back and look maybe at some point. But I was thinking about building my own, and I just remember the pain in the ass that it can be to do. And I'm not gonna lie, when you have a really good option in front of you, you generally should take it. And the person that built those did a fantastic job. So I had to roll with what they got. So fill this in with pathing. No one's really going to see it. I might put in a trash can or something in the middle of it just to maybe get someone to go and look like they throw some trash or something into the locker, you know. So the roof work and the design of this is really set up based off my mailbox area in my neighborhood. It's pretty simple, but I like how it looks, and so that's where the inspiration for this comes from. We are going to fiddle around with getting this thing built and set up, but this is really the last big build for this recording. The next episode that gets posted is going to be our live stream episode that was streamed on Twitch this Saturday morning, and it is I've already got it pretty much edited, just need to do a few minor things, but it'll definitely come up after this and kind of fill in with some of the additional things that we take on here in the park. So stay tuned for that. Just remember, guys, hit the subscribe button if you have not hit it already. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you're excited about the way the park is rolling, give us a thumbs up as well. Drop a name in the comments for the ride of the swing as well as that other one over there. And we'll get a sign built up for it, and we'll get those things included into the park. So definitely look forward to seeing what some of those names are going to be, and I will see y'all in the next episode, everybody. Stay tuned as we continue to stay tuned as we finish this build, but I'm going to drop off, and I will see y'all in the next episode. So as always, everybody, stay safe, and well, y'all know how it goes from here, right? Later, y'all.